Feels good. Wow. Got a topic, position. Let's get up. Let me get my drinks ready. Got me a little drink tonight, something like. What you drinking?
I've quit drinking.
You just quit drinking?
Yeah, I've quit drinking.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
It sounds easy.
You don't even want to. Nigga can't do this.
It sounds easy.
Nigga, all my favorite shit up here, huh?
People, what's going on? We officially back. Mike is back, people. Mike, the advisor, is in the building. We got a great topic for tonight.
Yeah.
Oh man, I've been wanting to talk about this with Mike.
You've been trying to track me down for
Yeah. I've been trying to track this man down. Mike been busy, but I said we're gonna make it official. We are here tonight, people. As you guys know, life coach, your boy Bobby from MentorMe.com, alongside
it's your boy Mike the Advisor. What's going on?
Now, a lot of you, woo. Mike, it's been a minute.
It's been
Good to see you. Good to see you, baby.
Yeah.
My dude is back. Listen, people. As you guys know, we always talk about real life topics. It could be relationships. It could be life in general. It could be about money management. Tonight, we're talking about these young men that's getting married early.
Yeah.
I want to make sure I make this disclaimer too, Mike. It's not like we're saying don't do it, but we're saying don't do it, okay? I'll be real with you. Because, we're jumping right into it. It don't make sense.
Yeah, it really doesn't.
You're in your 20s. Come on.
Not so early, I would say. My thing is with the early marriages, I think it does a disservice, and let's remove the woman out of the situation.
Correct.
To the man.
Yeah.
Right? There are certain levels that a man should reach mentally, physically, financially, spiritually.
For sure.
Before he decides to be in leadership of another woman. And, we all go through it daily. I fight it daily. So for you to just jump in so early on.
22.
And I'm not saying it's a foolproof, right? It's not an absolute.
Correct.
Meaning this is the case for every man, right? But for most, it would behoove them to kind of just hold off and get their reins in order because, that's not going anywhere, at least women aren't. But you get one life, right? So you want to kind of give that 10-year stretch to build a life from 20 to 30 to build something worth resting on, worth leaving for your family.
100%.
And you're not going to always be perfect with it, but I think it should be a time where you figure out what that is that you want. You don't want to be 41 trying to figure it out. So yeah, what angle would you like to start with about it? Because there's so many ways we can go. There's so many ways.
I like the topic so much because when you really think about it, I've been getting a lot of male friends. We chopping about financial literacy and different things. And
Correct.
You're like, what you been up to?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I got a new wife. Hold the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? You only 32.
Right.
So when did you have your first wife?
Right.
23, 21, 24. Hold on. Let's first talk about the mental maturity because I think that the state of mind is very important to understand. When you're in your 20 to your 30, that 10-year stretch you're talking about for the men, really think about this. This is your prime time to grind. You got all the energy in the world.
Thanks.
You're trying to figure out where you're going to be stable at in your life in your 30s.
Right.
To go in that 20-year, 21-year and say, look, I'm going fully committed. Man, you haven't even stabilized your finances.
Right.
You don't know what you want in life. You haven't sampled a lot of women yet to really see the different options that exist and why. What type of mindset of women exist in this world. And again, I get it. There's also these parents that love to just push their kids into marriage. Oh, just get married.
Yeah.
And then they ain't going to be the one, when things go wrong, they ain't going to be there for you. But they pushing you. Go get married. You're 21, 22.
It's not a one-size-fits-all. And I think...
People put your comments below. Let's hear what you got to say.
Unfortunately, ladies, we don't grow up until after 30, right?
Yeah, for a lot of men, yeah.
For a lot of us,
facts.
you know what I'm saying? I mean, some of us, we're a little bit more advanced, but
Correct.
after 30, we really don't get that mindset to really understand what it is that I want. What's my purpose?
Correct.
Why is that my purpose?
Correct.
And how does she fit into that purpose? So until he has those figured out, I don't think it makes sense, in my opinion, for women to be trying to chase after just all these young men. Now, if you find something that works for you, that's your business. That's good. I'm just saying, for the most part, fellas, get your ish together, man.
Very important.
Too much struggle love, I think, is going on out here. The struggle love is cool for some people, right? But I don't think it's conducive, in my opinion. That's just me.
You got to really think about it, right? Is there such thing as relationship debt? Yes. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Think about that. There's going to be so much debt because two people that don't know how to manage life or money come together.
Right.
And you're going to have that one person, let's just figure it out together. Okay, cool. What we got to realize too, when adults are young, they don't deal with stress too well. Some adults, some grown adults still don't deal with stress too well, especially when you have financial stress. Bills aren't getting paid. You don't know how to figure out or fix this problem because life is always going to have its problems. When you're so young, you haven't had enough experience to understand how to deal with certain imbalances of life.
Right.
And then here it go. Both parties are upset. Both parties are stressed.
Mm-hmm.
Both parties are filing for, here we go, divorce. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Somebody wants a divorce. Somebody wants out.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody wants to change things down.
I don't think people actually, Bobby, calculate the cost of divorce.
People, let's think about this, right? Now, if you don't have shit, it's very easy to put that math equation together. 0 plus 0 divided by 2, everybody gets 0, right? At the end of the day, 0 plus 0 is 0, right?
That should cost $300.
That's very simple.
Simple divorce.
But we got to also understand, too, when you're looking at not just the divorce, the weddings.
Mm.
You put an extravagant, people have this thing now, they put these extravagant weddings together, 30, 40, 50, 60, $80,000 weddings at 24. Mm-hmm. Parents done put themselves in debt. Mm-hmm. The wife and husband done put themselves in debt. Mm-hmm. And 6, 7 years later, 2 parties got divorced. $80,000 down the drain. Then they go say, you think a man is going to mentally say, majority is going to just say, let me go do this again? Nah. And we wonder why the marriage rates are down right now.
Super down.
Really think about that.
But we know that one of the main causes, though, especially a number one cause, is financial.
Facts.
So when we talk about financial related, divorces, wouldn't it have made sense?
Correct.
If you just took time to say, you know what, let me get right as a man first.
Let me stabilize myself.
And I believe that most men probably don't know what they are as men before they decide to get married. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, man. You're missing out on life, right? You decide. Be careful. Instead of being in the game, you want to be on the sidelines your whole life.
100%.
And I believe as a man, the game is meant to be played, right?
100%.
You're supposed to be on the front lines, facing, directly ahead of what it is that you're trying to go to, your goals.
Correct.
And tackling these obstacles. So I don't think it makes sense, in my opinion, to put yourself through the financial hardship if you've built something. Now, if you haven't built something, you can skip that part because this ain't got nothing to do with you. But my biggest issue with it is slowing yourself down.
Oh, that's definitely.
As a young man, you need momentum.
Oh, God. You couldn't. That's a good one. Because you got to really think about it, right?
Momentum is key.
20 to 30, you're at your prime. You got the most energy. You're doing overtime hours if you're a person that loves to work 70, 80 hours. Yeah. I remember I was doing in my young days, I'm doing 75 hours a week of work to grind to get to the level that I'm at 36. Imagine in my 20s to slow down, to go get married, and then eventually some people, they got kids. They got a child. Statistically, they say majority of people who get married early aren't successful.
Yeah.
Majority of people who get married in their 20s usually are not successful, are financially struggling.
And look, I think, the sample size is important, but
Correct.
I don't want to say that to dissuade anybody who's younger.
For sure.
I say, and the reason I say is because I do believe, if you find something young and you're loving it, and you guys are together, great. But not all the time does it work. And when you think about it, you may be blocking yourself from certain blessings that you could have had, right? And you don't want to live in shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? Obviously.
Correct.
But you wanna have that wisdom. You want to have that experience, because life is meant to be lived, right? Not just be alive. And by the time you hit 30 and you got your ish together, it feels different.
100%.
You have your own place, you have your own car, you have your own job, you have your own money, you start building savings, you have your own credit. Like, you have your own and all these things, right? You're an efficient adult. And you've lived in that for a while. I think it makes sense to do that first before you go and share it with anyone. Because doing it on your own, it hits different.
Yeah, because you learn the value of it.
You know what I'm saying? But if you've never had it at all, and then you go and share it right away, like, you've never had it. Your first experience, all this other stuff is with somebody, which is cool. Don't get me wrong, it's cool. But, and like I said, this is not for every guy. It's not all men. But for a good majority, they need to kind of figure it out first. Because if they can be stable on their own, they're more likely going to be stable with somebody. I seen
there's a high probability. People, we're talking tonight about the reasons why you should not get married in your 20s. Think about it. 20s is your prime of your life.
As a man.
Your energy is good. Your immune system is different. Your body is totally different. I mean, you got to understand. You're going through life, the experiences you're going through, and then eventually some of you decide, I get it. Nobody can judge you. I'm getting married at 22, 21. What I've learned, everybody who say that, who get married early, somebody told them it was a good idea.
Yeah.
And that same somebody is never there for them when times get rough.
They co-signed it.
That person is never going to support you after people understand. A lot of people are going to be there at the wedding, but never really care about the marriage. Understand, that's just how the game goes. So when you're in your 20s, you don't even know what you want out of life yet. Like you said earlier, you don't know your purpose. And then just to go rush and get married without even seeing, what do you think about it? The options that exist. Do you know what's the best option for you?
Yeah, I think a man's best option is to first figure out his purpose. That's his number one goal.
Imagine. And some young dudes, they just go, like, I've seen so many young guys, I feel bad. At grown adult, this is my third marriage.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Who, like, what made you do the first?
Because he doesn't have a purpose. He doesn't even know what it is.
Correct.
If you're not grounded in purpose as a man, ladies, if he has no purpose and you ask him what it is, and it's kind of vague, he's just making it up on the spot.
Correct.
Keep it moving.
K West was popping.
Keep it moving.
People, put your comments below. We want to know, how do you feel, people? Does it make sense to be married at younger ages in your 20s? You hear sometimes you
21, 22.
You got your high school sweetheart and you felt that, damn, you know what? I want to be with this woman for the rest of my life. But you didn't realize something. At 18, 20, you don't really know. You don't know what is a good woman.
Right.
It's very subjective. Right. Then you take 10 years of your life. At 30, you've been with this woman your whole life, and you realize that you wasted your time.
Yeah, that's true.
Wasted money.
Time wasted.
Wasted your energy.
Yeah.
Wasted the time that you could have put an amazing, an enormous amount of energy to be great and financially great.
100%.
And you lost that opportunity. Now you're in your 30s when your body is different, your mind is different, time is ticking. You probably already have a child or two, or you're about to have kids. It's people, because when you get married, people, life moves slow.
It does.
Life slows down. And you're, like he said, you're at the peak, you're speeding, you're running through life in 20s, trying to figure things out. And then all of a sudden, you slowed your life down by 80%. Is it fair to you? Does it make sense?
Yeah, you haven't built enough, in my opinion. You haven't gone through enough as a man, in my opinion. You haven't failed enough, right? You haven't tried enough things. You don't want to be a leaf blowing in the wind as a man.
Correct.
That's not where you want to be. You
Correct.
want to be stable in something, right? You want to have a backing,
Correct.
some type of principles, core values, et cetera, et cetera. So I think all that's
K
important.
West was popping, baby.
I think so what's going on? I think all that's important. But if you don't have that, I mean, what are you doing? What are you getting married for?
But
Because you love her?
especially
That's
in the island culture.
Yeah, man.
Love to just throw just you've been with him for 2 years, just marry him.
No.
2 years at 22 is a very different 2 years at 28 and 32.
Right.
These are different 2 years. These are different 5 years. Being with a person 5 years from 28 to 33 is very different between being with a person that for 5 years from 18 to 23.
100%.
It's very different because people, you gotta understand, when you're 28, your mind has developed by theory by that age. So by 32, 33, you know if this woman makes sense.
Yeah.
You should know what a good woman is.
Yeah.
You should have
or at least have an idea.
Exactly. And then you gotta really understand at that point you should have already been long time ago paying, because like paying bills. That's another problem. Let me think about it. 18, 20, you ain't even really some of these young brothers ain't even pay any bills yet.
Right.
Just jump into marriage. Mortgage
Right.
hitting you 28, 2,500. Car payments for some of people. Like people, car insurance.
It's all new to you. You figuring it out.
That stress building by the day. You don't even have enough stories in your life to say, man, I remember when me and my boys was, you ain't got that.
Yeah.
Nah, I was married.
Yeah, those days are done, bro.
That's why a lot of men sometimes they get older and then say now they want to live like they was in their 20s.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Because they got divorced or they got married so early. They never lived their life. They never like some women I believe also too, like they need to have their loose stage of life.
Mm-hmm.
They need to have that stage of life when they're just loose, enjoying life. They free, they single, they seeing their options, they just going to Pound Town, enjoying life. Then from there, hold on. I done dated some thugs. I done dated some religious men. I done dated some singers and some promoters.
Right.
Okay, I need to figure out, you know what I'm saying? Now I need to figure out, I now know who makes sense to me. I need a man that can provide. I need a man that know how to make decisions, a man that can lead. Because you let your life gain experience to guide you in the right direction to what a good man is.
Yeah.
But at 21, you just going to Pound Town, he's stroking you, beating your brakes off you.
Yeah.
You don't really know. You know what I'm saying?
He's just going ham.
He going ham.
Yeah.
You know what that's wrong
I don't think that's the best route for most people to take.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I'm just saying I don't think that's the best route. But I really believe that it's something that most people should, figure out first before they try to go in and get into, because if you make the wrong decision too early, it determines your fate the rest of your life, or it becomes much harder to get out of, right?
Mm.
You can make one decision that can cost you 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years.
100%. Facts.
Right? So
Facts.
Who you marry is very important, because that can shape your thought process. That can shape your lifestyle, your income, etc. So, what states you move to, why you move there.
Oh, come on. People are talking about getting married at young ages. Does it make sense? Does it make sense to get married at young ages? K West says, I encourage my children not to get married or consider it until their early 30s. Great idea.
Yeah, 100%. Give them enough life to live.
Correct.
At least
Great
so they
idea.
can make actual, because I believe at that age, at least for men,
For sure.
hopefully, and this is not what I'm gonna say is not that it's a fact. It's just the probabilities are higher.
Correct.
So it's the probabilities are much higher, and this is only based off of personal lived experience, right? So again, it's not a fact, but I believe the probability is higher if you at 30 plus as a man, you decide to make that decision, because now you're thinking a little bit more critically.
Correct.
Because you've actually been living life, 21 plus for some years, right? 21 plus is about 9 years.
Correct.
You have 9 years of adulting that you've been through, trials, errors, ups, downs, whatever.
Like men getting cheated on, Mike, is healthy. It's healthy.
Yeah, it's good for the soul.
Yeah, when you're a young man and you got cheated on, your heart broken, it's healthy. Damn, I got cheated on at 18.
Yeah.
Damn, I got cheated on at 22.
Yeah.
Damn, I got cheated on at 24.
It's good for the heart.
It's good for the heart. You need to take a step back and see, like, hold on, where did I go wrong? What type of women?
Yeah.
What did all these women have in similarity?
Yeah, it's healthy.
Okay, now hold on. You know what? Damn. Okay, every time I date this type of woman, I see the problem I get. Every time I date this type of culture, I see the problem I get.
Yep.
Every time I date this type of woman that make a certain this type of money, I see the problem I get. So now you start to interview your girlfriend easier and quicker. Hold on, you know what? I've been here before. I'm gonna take a pass on this one. I'm gonna just keep moving. Yeah. Then by 30, 32, what a coincidence, 33. Aha! You found someone that makes sense, that's providing, that's
what a coincidence.
What a coincidence. Got all the intangibles, and you beating the brakes off of her. You know what I'm saying? And now you know you got the right one. I think it's a real problem because a lot of us, we really got to take time to understand who we are as human beings as we grow up, especially in our early 20s as young men. Also young women. Take your time and understand who you are and what makes sense to you. Because a lot of people go through similar stages. You're going to go through bad relationships. You're going to go through making bad decisions. You're going to go through thinking that sexually, as long as the person's there for you, that's a great partner. Until you really understand there's more to life than that. All right? Juju said, Lord, my early 20s was I. That girl will lose. That girl will lose. That girl said in her early 20s. Look, Juju, but that's the best thing. You got that at your system. But it's also memories. You remember those times. You could probably not even talk to young girls to be like, look, hey, look, I'm gonna be real with you. Your age, I get it. You know, I know he bring you to Pound Town, but you might wanna think about other. You could educate women, young women, because you've gone there. Imagine when you haven't gone there. How do you teach a woman? How do you teach a young girl about something that you've never been through? You can't relate to her.
Yeah, it's a lot of people who want to take the stage, but they didn't earn it.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people want to be on stage, but they didn't earn it.
For sure. Blessed and highly favored. What age is too early?
Early 20s.
Yeah,
early 20s.
I think early 21, 22.
I think below 25 is too early.
Yeah, it's just because those ages below 25, you should be living life, being free. I would even recommend if you're at that stage to even start taking one trip a year. Yeah. Start seeing life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because
I count you being an adult from 21 plus.
Mm-hmm.
So from 21 to 25, effectively you've been an adult.
Correct.
For 3 to 4 years.
100%.
3 to 4 years is nothing.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So at least if you give yourself 10 years from that date, that's a decade of you seeing life, seeing the cognitive change, seeing things, learning things.
Correct.
Rent your first apartment. Get your car by yourself. Get your you get adult stuff. You learn stuff. You get to move. So now when you come together, you actually have a value.
Correct.
Right. Now I'm not saying that it's the best case for everyone. If you're young and it works for you, great. I just know a lot of divorces that recently happened because they met when they were young. Right. I know a lot.
Yeah.
A good friend of mine actually. Oh, now he's back on the market. They've been together since college. You know what I'm saying? Early. Now he's back on the market. 41.
41.
Back on the market.
Now think about it. 41.
How long still cool. They're amicable. They don't have no beef. They're just not married no more.
Since college. We talking 10, 15 years?
Yeah, easily. 12 years.
12 years of knowing one person, one type of. Wow.
Now you're back in the market at 41. I mean,
so by 29,
your dating is a little different.
29, okay. I mean, no, but 29, he should have, okay, I know what I want.
No, but they've been together way before that. Since 2022.
Okay.
That was marriage.
Yeah.
They've been together way before that.
Okay.
Right? I'm not looking at just the marriage thing. I'm talking about relationship, all that. Because your relationship too, you still slow down.
People put your comments below. We want to hear what you got to say, people. How do you feel about getting married in your early 20s? Does it make sense? Or are we telling you things that we feel don't really apply? Really, people think about this. Yeah. Your 20s is your prime of your life. You're in college or you're out of college. Right. You're enjoying life. You're clubbing, probably party. You're being cool. Yep. Drinking a little shot here. You know what I'm saying? And you're meeting brothers, women, men are meeting women, and they just enjoying life. And then you got a job, you're excited, you got a $1 raise. I mean, these are the ages, you know what I mean, where
you already know what money is.
You don't know what money is. You're excited to do 58 hours for 1 week. You're really excited. You didn't know that. Oh my God, I never knew I could do 71 hours. And then you decide to take a different turn in life. Somebody tells you, well, you've been with this person for 3 years. Let me go get married. And you married, and now you realize 3 years later this person don't make sense.
Yeah.
And now you're in debt, 80,000. You got school debt, college debt, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Now life hits a turn. You're both of you are mad at each other. Now you really realize, damn, you had hopes and dreams. You had goals that you wanted, that you didn't achieve or you couldn't achieve because when you got married, life slowed down.
Yep.
Your time is not your time, it's our time. And now you got to negotiate your time or manage your time with your partner. Is it fair? Is it right? People, let me hear your comments below, people.
But we got more comments here?
We got K West says, yes, self-discovery is a must. Yeah, for sure. Right? Mike, finding yourself, how important could that possibly be? How important?
Listen, as a man, it's imperative.
Oh my God.
I don't believe if you don't understand it, you can't articulate your purpose. I don't think you're fully walking in manhood, in my opinion, because that should be your first and only. That should be your anchor. Right?
Correct.
So even if you're with a woman, even if you're with a wife, your priority is your number one, right? Should be your purpose.
Correct.
Right? Now, if God is encompassed in that, that's you.
Correct.
But you have to be able to articulate that purpose, right? And it has to be based in something meaningful, meaning it's never something you will reach. It is a lifelong pursuit. Once you can articulate that, I believe you're ready. You know what to go after. Because everything else fits around your purpose of being here.
Correct. 100%. I mean, let's be honest, man. This is something that's not talked amongst friends. It's not talked among family. It's not even talked in sometimes in religious type of environments when you think about it.
As a man, nobody taught me. I had to figure this out.
What is your purpose of life? Is it to do what others think makes sense for your life? Is it to be the best you in your 20s as a man or a woman? And eventually say, you know what? There's a time in life where I should commit.
Yeah.
For some people, commitment is not something they're ever interested in.
And what people need to first understand is what I've realized when I've asked men this question, they've confused goals with purpose. See, a goal, once you reach that goal, then what? Is your purpose complete?
Correct. That's true.
Right? Oh, my purpose is to
The killer was popping.
What happens when you reach that destination? Is your purpose done now? No. It is a lifelong thing. Within your purpose, goals are aligned there.
Correct.
Because the goal is going to be the milestones to help you continue on the path of your purpose.
Correct.
But this is a lifelong thing. The question is, why am I here as a male? Why am I here as a woman? Right?
Yeah.
Not as anything else. Everything else can come secondary, but just why am I here as a man? And I believe as a man, you should be here to find that, right? And once you find that, you walk in that, right? And do your best in it, right? It's not for you to go and blast to the world, go get a poster. Hey, this is my purpose. This is for you, between you and your maker.
Correct. Let me say it. Matilda says, time have changed.
Of course.
Have changed in turn. Relationships have changed as well.
They have.
Yes, they have.
They have.
Relationships are very different.
Which is why I believe you shouldn't be doing it early. This is not 1970s and 80s where you can just get together, your whole family can live off 50 grand. No.
Time over. Right? Cost of living is different.
We're at 7.1 interest, inflation, where we're projected to do 8.5. Like it's listen, we're in a different time.
100%.
Different economy, different world, different era.
Different type of men, different type of women.
100%. We have TikTok, we have Facebook, we have Instagram.
Think about
none of that 15 years ago.
You got certain women who feel because of their body they're on this level, they're on a higher level. You got certain men who feel because they listen to Kevin Samuels' high value topic. They high value.
No, it don't apply to you.
Yeah, boss man, you got 4 kids.
It doesn't
You make
apply to you.
50,000.
It doesn't apply to you.
You ain't high value. But since he don't listen to 10 episodes of Kevin Samuels and his mindset,
it don't apply to you.
That boy now moving like he talking like he high value, but when you take a step back, you're not high value. The topics of discussion this brother talked about, rest in peace, Mr. Kevin Samuels. It was not for a man like you.
It was not for most men.
Women got their body done, got the makeup, got the this and that. Damn, nigga still treat me like shit.
Yeah, because that wasn't what it was about.
That was never the solution.
No.
That was never something men requested.
Yeah. You see,
you wanted to be on a competitive field.
The girl just passed away.
Which one? Talk to me.
Some girl passed
away.
Yeah,
girl got her surgery done in DR. Condolences to her family.
Yeah.
And passed away. That just now, I get it. People get surgery for all different reasons. We can sit here and debate all day, right?
Yeah, we can.
And I must say, I know one reason is self-esteem. Now, there is other reasons. Sometimes you sell clothes. You need a model. Why not you get your surgery done so you could become the model? I think it's a great idea.
I mean,
but also, let's be honest. Come on. But nowadays, here, you know, when I heard that story about what you're talking about, the woman who, you know, died in DR, what blew my mind is, if I'm going to do a surgery, why would I go to a country where I know the laws ain't gonna be on my side? The legality of the judicial system is not gonna be on my side.
Yeah. And remember, it's a very risky situation. And
correct.
Most places won't do it, right? Especially in America. If
correct.
You're gonna spend top dollar. So I get why people do it. Some women have been successful, yes. But again, this is why I believe you should take your time as an adult, as a young adult, and live life. Oh man, living is so important. But you know what's the problem too? That's my opinion. I always feel one of the biggest things, and this is for my fellas, this is for my women, listen to me. In life, you got to know who you are. Are you a follower or a leader? Because here's the problem with a lot of us. We love to follow people. And when you think about social media, people have followers. I get it. But that don't mean you have to follow everything they do. You can just follow them to see their content, to listen to their content, no matter if it's negative or positive. But the problem is we still got grown adults who don't know how to say, I want to be a leader in life and not be like this person. I don't need to. I love when what's that girl, Angela Simmons, when she came out of her natural body and say, look, she pretty much said a statement like, I'm natural, take it or not. Take it or leave it. And what Yo Gotti did. Yeah, I'm gonna take that. He took that. Yeah. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that. Yeah. Because he could have picked anything else with a BBL on it. That boy said, no, I'm straight. Yeah. Angela Simmons. Because he was looking to keep something. He wasn't looking to rent. Come on. There's a difference. He wasn't looking to rent. He was looking to keep. People, it's a different world, man. It's a different world. Women like, so perfect example. Look at Derek and his wife, right? Correct. So they've been together for a long time at a young age. Derek, what, Rose? No. What's yours? Jackson. Jackson. Oh, Derek Jackson. Okay. Yeah. They've been together at a young age. Oh, Mr. Biblical. That dude right there. Mr. You know, if that man ain't doing this, baby, look. That boy right now. Hey, that boy Derek Jackson got me rolling. You know, I seen through that from day one. Of course. From day one. Any man can see through that light, bro. All men did. I get what he did. He went on the woman's side, started putting Bible verses, and he just a good. He put his cape on. Yeah, put his cape on. And then the next minute, look what he ended up with. That boy left his wife. Yeah. That boy straight went with something with a sweet frame. He got some shit in the streets. You know what I'm saying? That boy. He left his wife for something in the streets. Yeah, that boy said love. Because he's not getting the most attention. Yeah, that boy said I ain't never had this type of status. Yeah, but this is my point. Don't do it so early. That's great. If he didn't do it so early, he wouldn't have wasted his, and that girl's time. Yeah, he wasted her time. But now they both wasted their time. But here's the thing. It always ends up this way because when you get older, you have what's called an epiphany. You realize, damn, I understand my worth now. Damn, I understand what I really like now. Damn, you're not really even what I like. Damn, I'm not even that attracted to you.
Correct.
Damn. So now all these realizations start hitting you. And you're like, you know what? I'm still kind of young. I'm older, but I'm kind of young. Let me just cut this shit now so I can find my life.
Correct. You know,
It sucks, man. It really sucks.
It really sucks. Condolences to the girl, the woman who lost her life in DR. And women, I'm gonna say this, man. Like, make choices that make sense, not based off emotion.
Yeah.
Because I think when you're going through life, parents gonna tell you, or friends gonna tell you, you should do this, you should do that, or girl, you might as well. But hold on. Before I take any advice from anybody, male or female, I want to see, where are you in life? And do your lifestyle make sense based on what I'm trying to get to or grow to?
Correct.
If it doesn't align with those two statements, I'm going to pass on your advice.
Yeah.
Because this is the biggest problem why the BBLs are so aggressive. Why men now, they can't get off Turo apps, renting cars, and having 3-4 chains on and putting gold teeth in their mouth now. Because they all want to fit in. Everybody wants to be somebody else. Nobody want to be themselves.
Nope.
And especially when you're young. Here we go again. Young ages, you really don't know your identity. So imagine you married a person who don't know his identity. You don't know your identity yet. And you got some of those men, let me just get her pregnant so I can lock her in. And then I understand now, for the next 21 years of your life, well, for your whole life, when you really think about it, you got a child and a dilemma to deal with for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Wow. People, this is one of those topics. Appreciate all the people that's on this live. This is your boy from MentorMe.com. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the comments. Make sure you guys share.
Do we have any more comments?
We did. Oh, you know what? I did have Kate West right here with advice for someone who is under indirect or direct pressure from family, church to get married. What's the advice for, well, she's pretty much stating, what's the advice for a person that they're getting pressured by their family or parent or church member? You need to get married. You're young, you're 21, you're 22, you need to get married. A pastor in your chest, he got you on your knees, he praying with you.
It's simple response. Mind your business.
That's how simple it is. I love that.
You got to understand, it's a simple response because why? After you reach you pass the age of 21, you need to stop allowing unnecessary pressure to be put on your shoulders, your back, etc.
For sure.
You're allowing it. So
For sure.
all you got to do is just remove it. Say, yeah, I'm good right now. Because if you don't stand up for yourself, who's going to do it?
What do you think about it?
So your parents, it don't matter who it is going to put pressure. Why? Why are you pushing me here? Okay, I hear you, but if you're not really ready, don't do it.
And that's just what it is. You know,
say, I hear you, thank you so much. Okay, but not right now. And then they keep asking, why, I'm just not ready. That's it. And respectfully, I don't
always remember, a pastor is just a messenger. You don't have to do everything they say. I don't know where this thing was. Well, my pastor said, I hear you, boss.
Yeah, but your pastor got a life too.
He got a life too, or she got a life. I got my own life. Things have to make sense for you. That's the problem with people. You can't please everybody. You can't be doing things for other people. Does it make sense for you? Oh, I got pregnant early, out of wedlock. I'm gonna just go get married. What? With a person that don't make sense? For what?
Yeah.
For what? Women, men, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm a man of faith. I'm not perfect. I make a lot of mistakes. But I would be darned if you think a pastor's going to tell me and make a life decision for me. No. I got a lot of common sense, brother.
That's between you and your maker, man.
Yeah, trust me. Let me talk to my man above and let me figure it out. And I'm going to make my final decision. And that's the final straw in that particular environment and that sector there.
More advice?
People, where we at right now, it's 11:30. We're not going to hold y'all up. We came on a little bit late, but people, every Thursday and every Tuesday night, as you guys know, Tuesday night we talk about financial literacy. We always have a financial topic. We are back. And every Thursday night, we talk about relationship or we talk about economic topics about life. Just topics in general that people are very uncomfortable talking about. Welcome to the Painful Truth.
Yes,
You're about to mentor me. Hold on, we got another question.
Okay.
Topic. Okay. There are benefits to marrying later on. Somebody, Joseph says, oh, my boy Joe in the building. Joseph Brain in the building. He says, there are benefits to marrying later on. But there is a parenting disadvantage if you are trying to have children at a later age. There's a parenting disadvantage.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. For,
okay.
For maybe for even closer for the women for geriatric pregnancy. I get all that, but plan accordingly. If you plan on having kids, yes, okay. For women, this is why I say we're talking specifically to men. And even for men, if you want to wait till later to have kids, okay, cool. Figure out if you can have kids early on so you have time. But, you have to do the work. Be diligent. But be strategic. Don't have kids if you're not, just don't have kids randomly. You know what I'm saying? Like, try to be specific. But specifically the marriage part, take your time.
There's no rush.
Date. Find, go through, figure out what is your program.
Find your purpose. Find your purpose.
Because you don't want to bring somebody up under your leadership and you're not a leader.
That's a real big problem. And I've seen it too many times where a man is struggling.
Stand on nothing.
And he don't understand the reason you're struggling because you had no stability. And the first thing you decided to do, you make your own decision. Let me go have numerous kids. Now, you're a grown adult, man or woman. You can have as much kids as you want. Nobody can judge you. But let's really look at it.
Yeah. Stupid.
Would you have financially been in a better position if that's what matters to you if you would have took your time?
Nah.
That's all I'm saying.
They wouldn't have did it.
That's all I'm saying.
They wouldn't have did it. They wouldn't have did it.
Hey, I love what you said. Yeah, for sure. It all depends on the type of queen you have.
Yeah.
Now let's be honest.
That's why I say it's just not something that everybody.
Yeah, it's not it
doesn't apply.
One size shoe.
Yeah, one size shoe fits all. This is
correct.
Just the probability of men under a certain age being actually prepared to to take on that type of commitment. They're not really ready, man. Let's just be honest. We out here in the streets. We see what's going on. A lot of it, especially the newer batch of 21, 22.
It's very different. These young kids are very different now.
Your time. Bro.
Kids are lazier. Younger days when I was young, we're talking 15. Kids already learning how to make eggs. Kids already learning how to cook. You got grown adults, 25, don't know how to make no goddamn scrambled eggs and cheese.
Nope.
Well, how do you do this exactly? How do you make oatmeal?
Nope.
How do you make grits? We talking about simplicity. Do you put the water in, or do you put orange juice in? Like, imagine, how was this individual with that mindset? Some kids barely can make a sandwich right. Imagine. I remember at 15, I'm cooking white rice already. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
got the onions, how Haitians, we got that soy. You know what I'm saying? You got to put the water at a certain level, got the rice, clean up the rice, put it in there. Drop a little bit of batter, the little butter game in that bottom, the rice come off. Ooh, flavorful, tasteful.
No,
15.
You know what I'm saying?
15, I'm cleaning the house. Correct.
Every area.
Come on. You in the bathroom, scrubbing the tub. Yeah. Now these kids, 21. I ain't never really did that before. What? What? And this is going to be the leader of a home? That guy is going to be the leader of a home.
I'm telling you, boy.
When that stress hit him and he realized that you, as a man of a home, when you met, there's a lot of work. People, I think every day you wash dishes. There's garbage every goddamn day. Cleaning the house is so many areas of a house. Yeah. Roof issues, this, that. People, it's a lot to be a leader. Mm-hmm. So when you're young, our honest opinion, I love you all. Shouts out to all of you that's on this live, that's watching this live. Appreciate all y'all. It's your boy from Mentor Me. Take your time. Yeah. MentorMe.com from, of course, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, alongside.
Mike the Advisor. Appreciate y'all. Thank you so much.
Peace. Y'all have a great evening. Love y'all.
Peace. Yeah, they don't know how to do nothing.
Yeah, it's a different way.